but maybe through stories and metaphors. Maybe if I repackage what he has said, it'll be a revision for those who missed some of the points he made. Hopefully you will get to write them down, and hopefully they will be more memorable. I'd like to congratulate Prof and the team with him. It's usually never only one person, for this type of initiative. You know, when it comes to, so the Prof was asking an interesting question, you know, how can I make you a millionaire when I am not a millionaire or a billionaire? Was the Prophet a billionaire? Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
98.7 FM, Baraka, Yetiewo Babia.
For your watching, good morning to all the church listeners and our viewers on Facebook and on YouTube. Mute free Ahujo and so on. Yeah, 98.7 FM, the station with the blessing. My name is Abdul, Fatawu, Yussif. Yes, I'm watching. Adekye Nhyira. So, enna mungusu etiye. And near the 28th of the month of April 2026. The time is 8:50. Yeah, but share the headlines, newspaper headlines briefly. Yeah, twaso, the ekoso in terms of yapum. In some government car hospital there, yes, to ensure say everything that has to do with our health within the municipality is achieved. Into super, we anopoid which yaupa, uno team, no. Now the wisdom and all the sacrifices you are doing for in Sawom Adwajiri in terms of Yapon Yankupon on and on one over to Matiamuka, the Eddie Mamuni took him be and intino Enchebiano almost on Baba na Yenomo at the Enkitown. Yes, one of the very important, yes, aspects of today's engagement is I'm going to have two deputies. Yeah, two deputies. Madina versus Sawom Adwajiri. Intimation so. I will reveal it as and when the time is up. But for now, the Momayanko na yankoti the newspaper headlines. So let me say Enra. The Minister of Energy, yes, came out in the Rambo style. Yes, to address a very significant and very important dimension of our lives that has to do with energy. Whether doom so or no doom so, whether doom as a see, whatever it is, it has to be fixed. No one has an excuse. As a leader, you are supposed to fix all challenges that come across your way. And that is the mark of every leadership. No excuses whatsoever. Whether it has been handed over to you in a mess, in whatever you describe it, what is important is that now you are in the helm of affairs until you must fix all the challenges. And that is why you are there. What the energy minister put across to be able to address this issue, and some concerns coming from industry players, those in the saying more about energy, they are experts, but they are not politicians. Almost to be nobody my buying. In many years, saying to me and fix this challenge. Me how can see? Sabi the candidate to and he say, minim. Say as a Ghana, as a country, you compare us with South Africa, you compare Ghana with Nigeria, you compare Ghana with some other nations there. Say Anka, some of these things should not be a thing that you should be even confronting us. But unfortunately, that has been the order of the day. The newspapers and now paid Daily Graphic, the Bukata Daily Graphic, the major headlines. I see Akosombo and Konsombo Bank on stream. 2 units restored. Full recovery expected this week. We Energy Minister Honorable Abujirapo. Daily Graphic, confronts audit infractions with honesty. Accountant General to public sector accountants. And also, you can find the full details on page 13 of the Daily Graphic. Bankra Inland Ports critical to economic transformation. We are a seed in Kitia. Hey, General pa. Yeah. All right. Daily Guide. Lawyers punch RNAQ. Prejudicial interview. Hey, and there's some about content as a member copy or no. Minister accused of trespassing Dodua land disputes. Minister has been accused of trespassing. We a Daily Guide newspaper. Pythons take over Kumasi ECG substation. Hey, and your manager showed me video. Me say me intimi show. Me intimi because me nim baby asanya married na free. Asemo. Adamos Resources mining lease revoked. Minister of Lands, Honorable Emmanuel Amakufibwa. Health Goldfields must stay residents. Prophet Uche receives Otunfo Gold Medal. Adamos Resources lawyers write to Daily Guide. The Ghanaian publisher also the illegal mining fallouts. Minister pulls plug on Adamos operations. Gold Board CEO tours Royal Ghana Gold Refinery. Wound to me not into Galamsey, AG affirms. Prestia miners praise Health Goldfields. Daybreak newspaper see AGI support BOG CD stabilization. AGI Association of Ghana Industries. Almost say the governor or any day. They are full support. Prophet Uche gets gold medals. Lejokuku MPP extortion bias claims hit elections. Courts boots out MEIP boss defamation suit slapped with 3,000 Ghana city cost. The Observer newspaper see President Mahama Katsord for Accra Airport's concourse to ease congestion boost aviation hub agenda. ECG inspect 4 major system upgrade project in Kumasi. That's the Observer newspaper. NDC opens branch elections. Demand appointees resign before contesting. Adamos lease revocation. Lawful jobs will be protected. Minerals Commission assures. Mineral Commission. Mineral Commission. Efa sa sensemi. All right. Director of Minerals Commission, Ono Kasa the friend saying Mr. Frank Asare, friend saying Democrat Ediba, Woman.
Inspection is an ongoing affair at the Minerals Commission. As the regulator, we have the Inspectorate Division, which does monthly, quarterly, and yearly inspection. And as and when there are issues that comes to our attention to investigate. So it is an ongoing process, and all other companies that have been granted mineral rights by the state that are going against our laws will be brought.
All right, Marty, we Minerals Commission, Mr. Frank. Enunya enunkwa. Or say Samukaya, Adamos, and some other companies. I say it has been shut down. Yes, because they are not really complying. I say I don't know. It's an ongoing activity. When you isolated case bia and inti moment yentino na we na all eka efa de odika to jano.
Action is an ongoing affair at the Minerals Commission. As the regulator, we have the Inspectorate Division, which does monthly, quarterly, and yearly inspection. And as and when there are issues that comes to our attention to investigate. So it is an ongoing process, and all other companies that have been granted mineral rights by the state that are going against our laws.
Yes, they are going against our laws, dear debut, and yeah, the over to us. You have to calm down. Prestia Galamsey Group praises Health Goldfields. The Chronicle newspaper see Adamos Resources showed red card. Government revokes mining lease at Akango. Salman Nkrofo over breach of laws. and the Motivina Commission's editor Jano. Otumfo Honest Prophet Uche, Prestia resident back half gold fields operations. The Dispatch newspaper are intended to maintain the decrease in the rate of inflation and stabilize the economy. We President Mahama in African Watch. Asamokaye or page 2, 3, 5, and 6. From a party builder to a possible 2028 NDC flag bearer. Focus on Mr. Julius Debra, Chief of Staff. NDC campaign, internal campaign has started new. Get fund and police explore partnership to boost capacity development. Very, very important. The Asantehini left in the handshake with the executive chairman of KGL Group, Mr. Alex Apau. Daddy, yes. NPP supporters take over Sunyain streets. Available, Asamo. Charles Dremupa. We air the Patriot Press. Was NPP remains the best alternative for Ghana. Kennedy Ajapon. We know your capabilities. MPP Council of Elders back Paula Foko. Eugene Boachin entry declares bid for MPP General Secretary position. Dr. Baumia meet EU ambassadors to deepen economic security ties. Reform will come with some error as MPP internal reforms after system failure, whilst party prepares for delegate album and elections. Yes. The National Enquirer was the the National Enquirer was gratefulness. Julius Debra to God as Pentecost Church honors his 60 years birthday. Energy Commission comments NPA transparency. You can see XY. Your friend saying Tamakulu. City stability crucial despite cost. We AGI CEO and Odisa Assembly edit tuja. Yeah. An economist, yes, Edusu, or no so the issue of stabilization there. Very, very essential, especially with regards to power situation in this country.
What is outstanding though for me, where we may not pass, is the energy reform. You know, in recent times, we are seeing doom so pockets of doom so here and there. And the energy sector has always been a challenge to us, and I believe Ghana can have a lasting solution to that. So for me, it's still an outstanding issue that we have not resolved yet. And even if we pass that side, the pass mark wouldn't be too high for us when it comes to the energy. The other ones that are still outstanding is how to create wealth out of the stability that we have. Creation of wealth also will definitely come from job creation and also setting up businesses. So having obtained the stability, the next stage is to create wealth out of that.
Yes. Yes, we are. Will create wealth out of all these issues we have been putting in place. But to understand this in perspective, let's go and listen to the Minister of Energy. Yes, yesterday, Rambo Star, and he has told us the capacity, things that, in fact, now I see 2 generators that was affected after last Thursday's unfortunate incident that happened at Gridco. I'll say it has been fixed. And there is also a nationwide transformers are going to be fixed across the country. That is 2,500. Humanity Minister of Energy, Honorable Jinapo, on this issue.
Minister for the sector, I've constituted a technical team chaired by the Venerable Engineer Williams Amuna to conduct a thorough and independent investigation into the incident. They will focus on the technical issues and come out with a report in 2 weeks. I'm well aware that the security agencies are also conducting a parallel one, looking at possible culpability and criminality, and we'll be waiting for that investigation.
Yes, any Minister of Energy, we is talking about the investigation as they are fixing all these issues. They will investigate. Kumasi Diana, you see, a walk park, say, and Okupio. Hey, yes, say before say dey Nyankopon kwa nanim so okopɛ dey wo Nyankopon kwa nanim and agree code no ni nyina no say they going to be an investigation ono the tudwa ansana eno chiri no or the nhihye aban fa ebema yebetimi fix this hawa atui momenko nenkoti no.
The third unit is on the way. I said the engineers have set an ambitious target that within this week they will restore. Transformer replacement, we have a first 3-month program. So in the next 3 months, we're going to do an emergency crash program of installing transformers. Then the next 6 months, we'll move into another phase. Then 1 year, we'll just be doing regular upgrade. As an immediate intervention, this month alone, we have installed almost 200 transformers. And we have the list of all the areas that these transformers have been installed. This week, we intend to deploy another 140 of these transformers. In all, we seek to deploy 2,500 transformers to improve supply reliability and improve the voltages as well.
We Minister of Energy, yes, and Green Transition, Honorable Gina Paul and Amutini Nkano. The FSF Fatase Beye as a country, despite the political issues, the undercurrents. The SF Fatase Beye say, Yambon Payama and Pinfo. And she papa be a woman biano, a bar, a boy. But one bomb pie, and you don't wish them well. How no, ye never to you. In fact, some of them, they have their standby generators that they could do their own stuffs. Until we would suffer most, especially if you look at the weather. If we boy, let's say, only your friends say, light there, and the fan cried, or a mount from a crown. And no better near hopper until the SF Fatase Ben say, Yambo Modia say, Yambo Payamau, na Bibia and Koye and my. Alright. Aside that, the next newspaper, Daily Searchlight, so see, Doomsaw minority corner government demand low shedding schedule and disputes government explanation for worsening power cuts. CPP marks 54 years since Nkrumah's death, calls for renewed Pan-African unity. Nkrumah, say Ghana, our beloved country, is free forever. UPSA holds Labor Day public lecture to ensure decent work environments. Rejection of quints, fueling price increases market traders. I don't know any market traders who governor ni economists so we have a flow and then say target setting a year prices and I say ukoto the way we tag them no and them we questioning every system no and the market women are also raising eyebrow. We have to fix that one as well. The Meridian newspaper saw illegal mining storms hit Health Goldfields Prestia sites. The Daily Banner, Prophet Uche, the president, Prophet Uche, only Bawa. Others also received the award. In fact, I have seen an award that later we will have to discuss that. And some hini on my award be today. Later I would have to find out the authenticity of that, and then we would talk about it because I have an interest, especially when it happens that the global info man, Musa Dankwa, he will be coming here. Government strips Adamu's resources of mining lease. Parallel structures strengthen NPP's unity. We His Excellency Mahmoud Baumia. Yes. The BNFT newspaper was saying women entrepreneurs eye skill up as women in business dialogue opens in Kumasi. Justice Atoguba, yes, former justice of the Supreme Court of Ghana. He was talking about the OSP saga. OSP sensem Mumayanko Nenkoti. Was OSP need it has to be independent. Ye nim nema on kobata AGI Attorney General there and the young mutu momentino.
The Attorney General
Baraka FM
delegate his prosecutorial power. That's another question because there's the maxim delegatus non potest delegare. In other words, a delegate cannot sub-delegate his authority. But there is a complexity. What amounts to delegation?
Okay.
It's a tricky matter. Office of the Attorney General ought to be independent and separate from government. Yes, because who are the people who misapply public funds and so forth, or misappropriate things? The executive most of the time.
Yes, we any former justice of the Supreme Court or see OSP and some course only there or no there. It's not really going to back the issue of the OSP should seek any clearance. And sana watimi should movie. So OSP must be independent, must stand on their feet to do their job. To we need there on also Eddie Tuja. We might share one or two newspapers and we'll end it for our next interview segment. Electrical resolute despite challenges. Resolute despite challenges. The Inquisitor newspaper, I'll say unauthorized mining, Adamos Resources is hot. Mining lease at Akango, Salman. Salman Obidino. I don't know, there's an area called Salman. In Crawford, revoked. All these areas, they have been revoked. Into rent control. When him says some student union expressing concern, and this is not today. This has been issue that parents have been a friend saying condoning all these years. This time round, rent control acting Yossi Debbie. And yeah, idea my idea at Wasusa some on take a step because there are laws and yet people don't want to follow those directives. We any the Oka FR the issue of our hostels. When we say hostels, because say the new universities in Kwao, even some of the second cycle institutions, people are going for hostels because the boarding say accommodation filled up. They go for their hostels. Aboarding Kuruma o insu dia. Wa onim. The dan kolani bedema obetimi asua dia no. Nibo end up from sa. Nti mo man ko the active rent control active rent commissioner the Oka FR in Sansemi.
The situation is like over the years, landlords and property owners are not doing what is right under the law. Yes, indeed, rent control has been existent since 1963. They clearly realize that the law are not enforced. So now the direction of the rent control department of the Republic is to ensure that it is close to their powers and authority to ensure that landlords and property owners do what is right.
Yes, law in the 1961 but nkofuna na also we dey mo so amwo office or e den no mo ye abua timam for mo kroma etim for hana the newspaper headlines the bremo no ye the bc so that we would invite our guests that are ready to join us in the studio for us to look at what is happening in terms of the issue of your friend is saying vaccination, African Vaccination Week. Until they go for a short break. When we return, then we'll really have that discussion. And going to Munkai ho na eti nyina na entimi enti nyamabi ase. So shortly they will join us in the studio.
Baraka FM.
Ghana de shi yedin chiemu yedin efi